I'd love to welcome to the commentary box Mahe Drysdale.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
As we're getting now for the women's single scull final.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be an exciting one. I think, yeah, look at those three middle crews. We'll have Caroline Florijn from the Netherlands will probably look to push out here, and Tara Wrigley and Emma Twigg I think will be chasing from behind. So it's going to be fascinating to see the first time they've all come together this year.
Yeah, incredibly interesting because we haven't seen Florijn racing at the World Cups, but she is undefeated since Tokyo, since she switched to this boat class. We've just seen in lane 1 Desalava Angelova from Bulgaria, Alexandra Foster from Germany in lane 2, Tara Rigney from Australia in lane 3. Here, the world champion Caroline Florijn from the Netherlands. And of course, the Olympic champion from New Zealand, your former teammate Emma Twigg. And in lane 6 from Uzbekistan, Anna Praketin.
Bulgaria, Germany, Australia, Netherlands, New Zealand, Uzbekistan. Attention.
And we're away. Good start across the field here. Mahe, who are you tipping? I know we're calling it very early, but how do you expect to see this race unfold? It's the first time we've seen Emma race this season internationally.
Yeah, I think I think this is going to be an interesting one because you've got the Dutch sculler world champion. She hasn't been beaten. Emma's coming back, from last year. She's going to be wanting to set a marker there. So I think you're going to find there's going to be a pretty tense battle, and this is a psychological race for me for what happens later in the season. I think Emma wants to be close if she doesn't win to get the confidence. She knows that she's probably still a little bit off the pace from coming back from that sort of break, but by the world champs I'd say she'll be fully on.
We can see Florijn from the Netherlands in lane 4. She's currently leading, as we've said, undefeated since Tokyo after she switched to this boat class. Also coming to this boat class, Tara Rigney from Australia. She raced the double, finished first in the B final at the Tokyo Games, came to the single scull and has just been stepping on, getting stronger and stronger, featuring on the medal podium last year at the World Rowing Championships. But here closest to us on screen, now racing for Uzbekistan, Anna Praketin, the Olympic silver medalist, also on the comeback trail and just struggling to get her boat in the medals positions at this early stage, still just coming through the first 500. Absolute dominance here early in this race from Florijn.
Yeah, it's a great start from Florijn, and obviously, I think that's the way she likes to race is from the front. Tara Wrigley was impressive yesterday in that semi-final, so it'll be interesting to see if Emma was kind of holding something back. I know it's quite a tough schedule over 3 days in the single. You've got 4 races, so you want to get yourself as fresh as you can when you come into this final.
And over in lane 2, Alexandra Foster, currently in 6th position, which I'm a bit surprised to see that she's not really in the hunt at this stage. She had an incredible win last year in Lucerne at the 3rd and final World Cup in that epic battle. She's a 2-time under-23 world champion, but currently sitting at the back of the field. A lot of work to do.
Yeah, she she has come from a long way behind before, but I think with the quality of these top 3 scullers, they've really put a bit of a gap on the field now, and I don't think there'll be anyone touching those top 3 for the medals.
Pretty strong race here from the Bulgarian, currently in 4th position over in lane 1, Desalava Angelova. It's going to be a bit difficult because she's over near that warm-up side of the course. She's kind of out on her own with Forster sitting lower back. Tara Rigney there on screen, battling it out with Emma Twigg, Australia and New Zealand. They're locked together.
This could be quite good for Emma and Tara, because quite often you have this sort of battle between yourselves, and it can bring you back to that front runner. So it'll be interesting to see how we develop in this third 500.
Yeah, in the semi-final yesterday, Tara was just able to get the better of Emma, but Emma now probably doing the work a bit earlier as they've just come through the 1,000 metres and making sure that Tara's not going to get away from her.
Yeah, very strong race from Caroline. She's looking, superb out the front there. She's just got to keep doing her thing, and just be aware that there is a battle going on behind, and keeping herself out of that fight.
As they're coming up towards 12:50, it has been an absolute dominant display from the world champion, Caroline Florijn from the Netherlands. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to make a charge, but the German sculler, we've seen some big turn-ups from her in the final stages of the race, but has she let the field get too far ahead of her? As you said, Mahe, this is an incredibly strong field. It's really stepped on. Those sorts of tactics are not going to be easy to unleash in a race like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in fields that aren't necessarily quite so strong, you can let that slip. But 60 metres behind now, you're really probably rowing and wash from the other scullers, and it's going to be very, very hard to make those sort of distances up. As you can see, Netherlands just looking superb out there. These two behind her just can't sort of close that gap anymore. And she's doing a great job of controlling this race.
And as they're coming up to 1,500, no doubt about the race leader. She's led from basically pillar to post here, Caroline Florijn. It's going to be a big effort for anyone to draw in that lead. She's almost at 2 lengths clear now, but Tara Rigney of Australia in the silver medal position, Emma Twigg well clear into bronze medal. I think we're looking at the medalists at the front of the field there. That's a huge gap to the trailing 3 crews.
Yeah, I think it's just setting a benchmark here, saying I am the woman to beat. You've got to you're going to have to go and do a lot of work between now and the world champs if you want to catch me. So she'll be very confident after this sort of performance.
Big push from Rigney here in this final quarter of the race. She's now pushing her stern off the bow of Emma Twigg, the Olympic champion. She's still on the comeback trail towards Paris. We see Twiggy looking over her shoulder. She can see that Tara is moving away. Quick look across from Tara to get a check on that. Tara has been so impressive. And she's not a particularly big woman, but she's got incredible boat feel.
You see now she's actually starting to close that gap. It's really a question of is there enough racetrack left? But she's certainly the fastest moving boat on the course at the moment.
Tara starting to reel in the race leader, Caroline Florijn, but I don't think she's going to have enough time here. Still very much in control. You can see she's gritting her teeth. She's worked hard for this, but she's going to, I think, maintain that 1 length clear over the rest of the field.
Yeah, it's a nice position to be in. You're just sitting there. You can see everyone behind you, and I think she's a deserved winner of this race. She's just taken it out. Had the best tactics today, and is going to come away with another World Cup gold and keep that unbeaten stint.
Disco into the air for the Dutch sculler, Caroline Florijn. As you say, Mahe retains that unblemished record. In the silver medal position, it is Tara Rigney of Australia, and Olympic champion Emma Twigg taking the bronze medal.
Yeah, it's great to see sort of a new crop of scullers. Obviously, Emma coming back from the Olympics, and 2 new scullers in the field, and both out in front. So it's going to be a fascinating development over the next sort of 13, 14 months into Paris.
And this might be a tough one for you to calculate. I certainly don't remember. But do you know how many times you raced here on the
No.
Maybe when was your first appearance here at the Rothsay?
It would just about be every year from 2004 through to 2019. There's maybe 1 or 2 years, so I think it would be at least 15 times probably in that time.
And you had some epic battles on this lake in the men's single scull. And we were talking yesterday, and you were sharing some stories with the crowd as you were presented the Tommy Keller medal about the duels that you had. Olaf Tufte, a dear friend, Andre Sinek, Alan Campbell, Lassie Coronan, Angel Fournier Rodriguez, who's sadly no longer with us, but some incredible duels out here on this body of water.
Yeah, it's a great lake. It's fair. It's going to be pretty quick most of the time, and as I say, had some epic battles, and kind of